It's the Steelers going up against the Dolphins. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 6 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in one of America's finest cities, Miami, Florida. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take one guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
On second down, it's Bell. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
I go all the way back to college with Le'Veon Bell. One of the better body transformations I've seen, from a big, thick power back to the guy we see now who can do everything.
And 2 years ago, of course, last year the injury, but 2 years ago over 1,300 yards. I think they think he can top that this year.
I don't think there's any question about it.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll go again with Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Over the middle here to Brown. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On now the Steelers' 2nd-year punter. This is Australian-born Jordan Berry. The dangerous Jarvis Landry back for Miami. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fire out and hit people? I mean, they love the running game. Guys want to do that. And when you emphasize it, practice it, and work on it, that gives you an opportunity during the game.
On first down, it's Tannehill. It's caught. Cameron, left side. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And it's complete to Ladarius Green. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Green's got it over the middle. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 48 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll run it now out of the gun. And there's a flag on the play. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And he's got his tight end. It's Green for the Steeler touchdown. Ladarius Green, his first touchdown in a Steeler uniform. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team can have any more confidence in handing him the football.
Second down following the run. Now Tannehill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
They come up in an offset eye. Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And the starting defensive unit here for Pittsburgh.
Cameron Hayward is a defensive lineman, but many of us, especially guys of my vintage, remember his father, Craig Ironhead Hayward, who was a running back. I think Cameron decided he'd rather hit people than be hit.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on now is the Miami punter, Matt Darr, to kick this one away. And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Roethlisberger going to hand the bell. Penalty marker is down here. And he's brought down. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And avoids the contact by sliding. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They come out here in the eye. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. Cut back, left sideline. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle here to Brown. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that?
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate, and they were able to take advantage of it.
1st and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. And he is going to lose yardage here down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Try again with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Back to throw, Tannehill. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Here's Matt Darr now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Now Brown. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Again, it's Bell. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. 3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if we got to be casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now Tannehill. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple. And they're going to speed things up here. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. A screen to Bell. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back. In that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in...
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Sammy Coates high in the air to bring it in. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here come the Dolphins. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some...
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 2nd down following the run. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Tannehill. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On first down, it's Tannehill. Going deep here for Parker. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the first-round pick, Artie Burns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Wheaton with a catch right side. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando, he's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And there's a flag on the field. And now the rookie's free. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. But we thought they needed a big drive to get them right back in this game to start the third quarter. They did one better than that. They just returned the opening kickoff.
And what you gain with that is obviously the points on the board. You gain momentum, and now your team's all fired up, and you save time. You didn't have to use a drive to get it downfield. One big...
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Arthur Moats. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here comes Grant on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wondered, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Controlling the passing lanes.
7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And Le'Veon's mother, Lisa, she grew up a huge Steelers fan, so she's got to love this. Her team's winning. Her son's doing the thing for her team. All good, right?
Did she have a plug into the scouting department, into the front office to make sure this happened? That's a big-time deal for her right there. How happy is she out of big? A lifelong dream of her team with her baby starring on it.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come up in an offset eye. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. This is Bell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. And he's got it up and through. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. With it is Brown. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. And the Steelers set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Bell, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. The 13 yards that time at a first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. And this is a for the 4th quarter, a very one-sided affair. Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7. On the toss, here's Williams. Williams loses the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid. Time running out here on the play clock. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Darr now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this one's high, but not very far. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive. Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
On the counter, here's Bell. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
The play clock's running down, and they'll go on the ground. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they'll run it here. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll run it with Williams. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it, rest of the game. And it does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner, everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
They come out here in the I. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down. time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, standing about a...
Get the advantage. Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Hey, we've got tight left, one tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Set, blue.
And on the ground they go with the running back. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
But, oh, has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
And after a defeat like this, Charles, next week at practice could be a little ugly.
Yeah, the natural inclination is to really drive these guys. They didn't play very well today.